A makey video?
Yeah.
Come on then.
Go on then.
Why not?
A makey video. Ooh. Partly because both of us have not really yet recovered from 4 nights in a tent. Or I should specify 4 nights in 2 completely separate tents.
Yeah.
But in the same area of Oxfordshire.
Well, I mean, I don't think you can compare the tents that we were in.
Not really. Because we were in the luxury tent with a wood-framed bed and a duvet, and I took 2 blankets and a sleeping bag as well, because I know what I'm like.
Yeah. Whereas I was on a slope and kept rolling into one side of the tent. I would go to sleep on one side and wake up on the other.
Ours was on just a
nice
tiny slope, so I did keep rolling into the Randall.
I like camping. I can do it.
Well, I have discovered that I can, if I have to, even though it was very, very, very wet on 1.5 days.
Did you have to take, in your posh camping, did you have to take your own sleeping bags, or did you have...
Yeah, own sleep. They provide a duvet and sheets. And pillows and pillowcases, so you get there and it's like the bed's all
So it's done
there,
up as a bed. Oh right, so no
That's
then.
pretty wonderful. You don't have to, but if you're me, you take your extra. And they were saying, we do not have any extra duvets. We know what the weather forecast's like. Please bring your own, because, we know it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
So, so do that.
Wasn't too bad in the end, actually.
No, I mean, particularly because Sunday was so lovely and Monday was nice for packing up and getting home.
Yeah.
And I think if it rains on the day that you have to be walking to the car with all the stuff.
I agree. I would rather it be bad weather at the beginning.
Yeah, and then it gradually gets better.
Just so that everyone knows, this is the Wilderness Festival in Oxfordshire, in the UK.
Also known as Posh Stock.
Also known as the Waitrose of festivals.
Yeah.
Although, Posh Stock, that's quite good.
Yeah, and I was there mostly because one of our fragrances was featured in Bittersweet's performance of Bodies Tilted, which had been part of Christine and the Queen's Meltdown at the South Bank. And so I was there to look at that, and also to look at what we might do there next year.
Cool.
We used to go and teach fragrance classes, and
that's right, yeah.
And then it got taken over by somebody else, and they forgot us.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's the T-shirt, which is the unmissable Catherine Hamnet, and the money all goes to Choose Love, and because they were supporting the pro-refugee charity. And so what's not to like?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason that we might not be concentrating that hard is because it's, you think you've had enough sleep, and then you realise you go and put your coffee in your Barocca.
Yeah.
But I had 2 hours in a flotation tank last night, so...
So it's the one in Vauxhall?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even sure who I am today.
Oh, those things. Incredible.
I love a bit of sensory deprivation. Voluntary.
It'd
only be the same if you if somebody else put you in there and you thought you couldn't get out. But
that would be awful.
Yeah, the fact that you know that you can push and the lid opens up.
I really think I might go and do one.
I think you should. Yes, that was my birthday present from Nick.
Oh, nice.
I had an hour, then another hour, and then I went for 2. I find it solves problems.
Yes, I found that. I go in with a knot in my brain of some description.
Yeah.
And the answer comes to me usually around just before the end, or at some point in the middle.
So I'm going to have the first go here, Arthur, of making the creamy, spicy, fruity bergamot.
Great. My challenge to you.
Who do you think you are?
So what have you just popped in there?
I've just put bergamot in there.
Classic. Brilliant.
That's what I'm starting with. So we're actually going to have 3 formulas this month on the Patreon, because Alex did an extra one as well. He did.
Oh, really?
It's called Office Friendly Bergamot. So it's a cologne. So this is furocoumarin free bergamot, which is what we use because, following on from the regulatory thing, furocoumarins are phototoxic, natural, but they're not things that you really want to have on the skin and then go out in the sun. So so that be... I mean, I've actually got this at 15% strength because I use it for making Sexiest Scent on the Planet, but...
Also known as the Sarah McCartney chord.
The Sarah McCartney chord. It appeared recently. But if mostly people have it at 10%, I think, if we're working in dilutions, so I'll translate that.
Mm-hmm.
For fruity, Arthur, I would like to...
I was specific with my fruits. Do you remember?
No.
But I might ruin it now.
What did you say?
I said white fruits. It's very perfume speak, that, isn't it?
Which fruits are white?
Pears on the inside.
I did not remember that. I'm so sorry.
It's also sort of nonsensical, really. It doesn't really make any sense.
Yes. Okay. Picture this as white. It's not even fruit. It's not even a fruit. It just smells fruity.
Okay.
We were smelling. I smelt some of the herb today. We were down at this hydroponic vertical farm. It wasn't that vertical. Yeah, but it was like there were a couple of shelves.
Right, yeah.
And then but it's in a container. You can put more on top if you wanted to. And this is why I was like, I thought we were going down to a farm where they were growing stuff. So I thought we were going to be in the field. So here's me in my best
The thing that
walking shoes, and it turns out to be in a car park in a container.
the thing with those walking shoes though is that you can get away with them. They're trendy. They're not.
Yeah.
It's not like you're walking around with a pair of big Mindel walking boots on.
I don't look like I've got lost.
I would say this smells like a white fruit.
Completely.
But it's not a fruit though, is it? I know what it is.
Do you know what it is? What it is?
Stavana.
It is Stavana. Yeah. But it is fruity. So it is an Artemisia. But it smells... I choose to think that it smells like a sort of a fortified white wine.
Yeah, nice.
Thank
It does, yeah.
So, thank you. I didn't dip the bergamot because you know what it smells like.
Yeah.
I will use very little of this because I know what it's like and it takes over. So there was some Geordies on first dates last night and I've just brought it with me. I know it's going to happen.
I can't remember the last time. I don't think I'd ever watched an episode of First Dates.
Oh, it sort of turns up at about 11 o'clock at night sometimes when I'm just polishing off the last of the emails and I end up just... It's like you sort of want to see what happens. This is good. I've discovered that if rather than putting a whole drop in, if I just blow a little bubble of a drop off, that is 0.01 gram. So I can be more precise.
I mean, but that's like sort of gold standard pipette technique, that is.
It's not bad, is it? Because, you know, I was thinking the smallest you can go is a drop, and then when you think there's a drop, and actually it's not a drop, it turns out just to be a bubble with it. But so the outside of a drop gives you the precision that you actually need. So, yeah. It was a thing I should be reminding people because, and I'll do this with the ethyl saffronate, which smells a little bit like very white apples.
Apples are white on the inside. Exactly. They're as white as pears are.
Yeah. So, I mean, I did squeeze this, but before I did, the pipette was empty. People worry about their materials evaporating if they use these kind of pipettes in bottles, and I mean, don't leave them around forever. But this is what you do. So I'll fill it up. So it fills to there. When you put the materials away again, don't put it in like that. Empty it. And if it's empty, because there's air already in the tube, it doesn't get in, it doesn't climb up and evaporate.
Okay.
So, fingers crossed, if I was the last person to use all of these, then the tube will be empty. Yes! Because I emptied them before I put them back in. That's something I learnt at school, and I remembered it, and I don't think, yeah, it's got a little bit in. But I don't think most people were taught this. So what they do is they use a bit and they'll put it back still with some in, and then that air will evaporate and it'll draw more liquid up. But if there's no liquid in it, it doesn't.
Cool.
So do that. So I've got the ethyl saffronate, and I want even less of that. I'd better let you smell it. I mean, this is I started using this one quite early on. You know, I actually met at the Also Festival. I met your actual Robin Dunbar of the Dunbar Number. We made a film about. He was there. Yeah.
So you're on about friends, right?
Yeah, about a number of friends you can cope with,
yeah.
and I think it applies to perfumery that you can, you know, you have your one or two really close mates or partner, and then you have 5 in your very close circle, then you have 15 in your next circle, then it's sort of around about 45, 50, then it's about 150 that you can, people you're pretty close to that you can actually deal with. Then it goes to 500, but people you might recognise and
It's
recognise
very
you.
good.
But this is in my 150.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think it's in everybody's.
It's very nice.
Ethyl saffronate is quite. It is like apple leather.
It is, yeah. It's quite spicy apple.
Yeah. So I thought,
It's very
since we're
nice.
doing spicy fruity.
I would go as far as to say this is a white fruit.
Oh yeah, but it is now. So, and I've got this diluted to 1%. That's how potent it is. But funny thing is, so Robin Dunbar at this, Professor Dunbar, started...
I'm amazed that you've met him.
Yeah, well, he started talking about perfume in his talk, about the smell of people and whether you can still detect their underlying aroma underneath perfumes. For example, perfume does not block out people's real smell. But he showed this picture of a man with a beard spraying his beard with perfume. And he said, and there's a book with the beard there, you know, he's spraying his beard, and I don't know why he wanted to do that. You know, well, who is he then when he's all there? So anyway, at one point, I put my hand up at the end. I did ask a question, but I said, by the way, that man, his name's Miguel Matos. He makes perfume. And he is in my circle of like 500 people.
Great.
Yeah, so I said, you know, a place like the Also Festival, you're going to show somebody on the screen, somebody's going to know them. So then he got a bit...
Was he absolutely bowled over by that?
Well, I didn't mean to... He sort of flummoxed him a little bit. He started to apologise for not... It's just like... No, that wasn't my point. My point was, he is in my Dunbar number of people. But he's spraying his beard with fragrance because that's what he does. But Professor Dunbar is not one of those people who's ever worn fragrance. Mm-hmm. You know, so the very idea of somebody spraying their luxuriant beard with fragrance...
Like Brandreth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, there's a certain sort of tradition of British men who never...
My granddad never wore deodorant. My granny always used to have a go at him.
Yeah. Anyway, small amount. Small amount of ethyl saffronate.
I am in my book about the microbiome that I'm reading at the moment.
Yeah.
He's talking about attraction at one point and saying that, I mean, you know, there hasn't been enough research done about it, but he was saying that perhaps it's all about your bacteria. It's all about your microbiomes getting on. And attraction is actually about the bacteria that live in you. Sort of not. This actually goes. It's a lot more complicated than just fancying someone.
You know, well, I read an academic paper once in the Journal of Political Science, American Journal of Political Science, I think, reckons that people can identify people who think politically in the same kind of direction as they do, along like the T-shirt test of the whether or not you are drawn to people. You tend to be drawn to people of the same kind of political feeling, which I think that's been buried, but it's definitely the research was done.
Yeah.
And it was quite a big sample size as well.
Yeah. You go, it's strange. All these lefties are going for people with dreadlocks.
It's I must look it up, but
It's interesting. What we got now?
well, you can get white versions.
Oh wow, that's completely lost on me. That is.
It's
As
very,
in I
very
can't-
low.
Yeah.
It's like the bottom of it, a jam pan.
Raspberry.
It is.
Um.
It's raspberry ketones. There's notes of white raspberry. I actually grow white raspberries in our garden. They're not really white. They're sort of yellow.
Yeah, they are. But aren't all raspberries white when they're very young?
Sort of.
Then do they
sort of,
become-
greenish still?
Yeah.
But these just. We've got white currants in the garden, so they're not white either. They're pink. But then black currants aren't black.
No.
It's just oversimplifying.
I had some albino strawberries in South Africa.
Oh, I've seen them in Japan. They also breed them with red seeds, so they sit them
Wow.
next to. They have white strawberries with red seeds. They sit next to the red strawberries, kind of.
Amazing.
Yeah. And did they taste the same, or
Yeah.
did you? Oh, right. I wonder if there's any kind of. I'm gonna put more in. Cross-modal effect, that if you didn't know what colour they were, would they all taste the same, or if you
Well, yeah.
you just told me they did taste the same.
Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I don't eat strawberries often enough.
Uh-huh.
You know, they tasted like strawberries. They didn't taste like banana.
Of course, the thing is that strawberries, I mean, many strawberries taste very different from each other.
Different
so-
fields. Though,
Yeah.
different field. Yeah.
Yeah, different times of year, yeah. Some look as if they're going to be delicious and they're absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
So I've put 0.6 grams of raspberry ketone in at 5%. It's like the it's like blue Peter a bit. This, isn't it? No, I'm going to add this, children.
It is. It's
Like,
also.
I've never done this before.
Yeah, exactly. You're sort of just going, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This isn't planned, by the way.
No, actually, I'm trying to imply that it was, but it's just.
Oh, you were.
No,
Sorry.
it's, no, it's fine. No,
No,
it's,
this
it's
I've just absolutely ruined the illusion.
not at all. Well, I mean, what happens is I won't necessarily publish this one. I'll see how it is, and sometimes I
Yeah.
tweak it afterwards. But somebody wrote on one of the films, I can't follow the how to make the start to finish, how you made the perfume. I was like, well, wasn't really what we were doing. We were just sort of rambling on a bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't really supposed to be a start to finish. More of a something to do while we're chatting.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, I mean, I suppose we could do a how-to of sexiest scent on the planet ever or something.
We could do that. We could maybe do that next time we manage to meet up.
Because it'd have to be something relatively simple. Sorry, look,
You're busy
I've
folding up the strips into. Oh, actually, that's really quite impressive.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. This is what I'm just.
I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it.
Brilliant.
Take a photo.
It's like, it looks like sort of barley, wheat. But not barley. Barley's got. bits
I'm
of it.
not ashamed to say I've done an exceptional job of that. So
Yeah,
far.
it's nice. It does. It looks like wheat.
This is nice.
Yeah.
I've smelt it before, but I can't tell you what it is.
It's clear wood.
Yes.
And I'm adding it for a smooth, a little bit of a spiciness going on. I think I ought to put Cedrambra in it,
Yes.
because what it does is it always boosts the spiciness. I'm going to put a gram of this in.
I finished my origami now.
Okay.
I mean, I think that looks like a seal.
I get that. Yeah.
Oh, God, I mean, come on, Arthur, stop it.
Arthur, you do whatever you like. It's been a busy week.
Yeah, but also, how's the ADHD referral doing, Arthur? My GP's referring me for ADHD.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what?
Everyone's got ADHD these
I'm
days.
going to tell you that what I think is that it's impossible to be a creative person without ADHD.
I agree.
To an extent, I'm not. That's our Nick's new doorbell noise.
Oh, that's so much better than the Ring doorbell.
Yeah. I'm putting Cedramber in because I'm going for what it does is that it adds spiciness. We almost cheat with this because it can just suddenly magically make things smell as if you've added spices when you haven't.
Have you given me some Cedramber to smell?
Oh, totally.
You don't have to. But...
No, absolutely no. That was an Sarah, you forgot to give it to Arthur, not an
No.
Strip. You know that's. I mean, it's very.
Yeah.
I find it quite difficult to smell Cedramber at all, and so for a while I was thinking, well, do I need to use this? What do I want it for? But then I realised that what it does put it in a nice boosty quantity. It takes spice. Well, it takes where there aren't spices. It makes the brain imagine that there are.
It's got an isoe super quality to it.
Yeah. I would say it is definitely a fragrance enhancer.
Yeah.
And it's got a little bit going on its own. It's a woody amber, which is fine, but it's not one of the strong woody ambers. But it's a very supportive woody amber.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking of isoe super. I think I'll just I'll put some in rather than I was thinking of using the Green Clouds blend, but I'll go for isoe super by itself. And sounds like we've got a visitor. So
You do have a visitor.
That's fine. Put a gram in. I mean, all of these things can be tweaked, you know. And if we was going to launch this, I would probably then do several other versions, and that's what I have to do later today, actually. But I've got to work on some of Tomlinson Bino's lovely fragrances.
Who's that?
Black. Here, sand.
Black Cliff.
Black Cliff, yes. Black Cliff's the brand, Black Sand's the one of mine that just got launched. And all the ads lovely.
Cool.
Okay, it's full of very good looking men.
Haven't seen it.
No, I should link it.
We should do a reaction video. Let's go full YouTube.
I can't. Okay, now there's something else I really wanted to do, which was adding the Mexican allspice.
Oh yeah, and that pricked my ears when you when you mentioned it before. Mexican allspice.
Yeah.
Sounds like something you'd get from old El Paso.
I got it from I met this chap called Jesus Flores.
Right.
Jesus Flowers.
Wow.
At the World Perfumery Congress, and I smelt quite a few of nice materials. One of them is Damiana, which is supposed to be an aphrodisiac.
Aha. Particularly if it's not a very good-looking person.
Yeah, who smiles at you and is pleasant and helpful.
Wow.
It's all the spices.
Mexican allspice can stay. Oh, Jesus Flores. That is amazing.
Yeah. It is.
You could launch that, and there will be.
I would have to make sure that it had other things in it so that it was IFRA compliant.
Yes.
Refer to previous film.
Yes.
I just blew bubbles in there. I can't believe I just did that.
It's okay. No one saw it. We weren't filming.
Never blew bubbles in there. I'm going for, it's at 10% strength. I'm going to put in 0.2 grams. Now, I thought I got out the ethyl vanillin because that's what I wanted to put in it, but I don't see
And is
it.
also crucial. Could there be some in this pile? We have what is it called again? Hemofluoril,
Homophonal, yeah.
Cuir de Russie, coumarin,
Definitely not
ooh, patchouli,
We'll put camera in it.
oud, chamomile, citral, ethyl maltol.
I think not. I think not. I was thinking sandalwood for sort of creaminess. Now, Bourgeois Cassis, I'm not sure. I'm going to give you this, and maybe what I'll do is I will find a little thin strip. I'll let you smell this, and then we'll see if we think it needs any blackcurrant, because blackcurrant's not white fruit.
It isn't. Actually, they are on the inside. No, they're not.
Not really.
I was thinking of blueberries.
See, I think it's very, very spicy, isn't it?
It's very, very nice.
Do we still smell bergamot?
There's I'm getting a lot of geranium.
Which is very strange because I didn't put any.
Could it be because
there.
I've just opened the Cuir de Russie and that's contaminated my nose with something? No.
Who knows, Arthur? In these
It's really nice.
These things work strangely.
I really, really like that.
Good.
Here are creamy things, though. They're not, are they?
What have you got?
You wouldn't describe these things as creamy.
That's very, very sweet. That's very toffee. Coumarin is smooth. Yeah, if I'm
Vanillin.
already. Oh, that'll do. Has it lost its pipette?
Yeah. Oh, there's loads of vanilla down
Yeah,
here.
got one that's got a pipette.
Yes.
Thank you. Put it back.
This is really nice.
I'm glad you like it. Do we want vanillin? Will it? Because it's got a certain sharpness going on there. I'm suddenly thinking the vanillin might really make it something different.
I'll tell you what we do.
What do we do?
We pop. Can we pop a
Pop.
drop on that and then just see what it sort of almost does?
Okay. Well, tell you what I'll do. I'll put more. I know them slightly changing the amount that there is there now.
But we're sketching.
Yeah. I'm dropping lids all over the place today. Okay, let's go with the bubble. Yeah, I think we could get away with the tiniest of amounts.
I agree. In fact, I think this is really nice.
Yeah.
You're a one-take wonder, as we say in the acting trade.
One take McCartney. Yeah. That's what I said when I was on Cash in the Attic. which I was. No, they were really grateful. They got home at 6. We nailed it.
Does that show even still exist?
I don't think so. Yeah, I went down to Chiswick Auctions. I put 0.2 in. Yeah, I met Alistair Appleton. He's very nice. It's very nice. He sat at my piano and played some music that my father had composed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Nice. Yeah, and we decided that having some handwritten piano music that your dad had composed was the kind of thing to inherit that most people just can't. And if you get something like that, it was nice. It was.
Yeah, that's really special. That.
It is a bit, isn't it? Yeah, my dad was writing music when he was about 15. And finally, I'm going to put in some Edenolide, which is an apple-y musk.
Let's have a smell.
Yeah. I've also got Applide, which I think they've actually discontinued Applide, and you can just get Edenolide now. I like the idea. I think it's Adam and Eve joke.
It is a Adam and Eve joke.
Yeah.
Garden of Eden, the apple.
Yeah. So if it wasn't an apple, it was probably a pomegranate.
Yes.
So Eve tempted Adam with a pomegranate.
Which is very symbolic, isn't it? Pomegranate. There's a lot of symbolism around pomegranates and intercourse. Do you not know that? Or is a pomegranate meant to be aphrodisiac or something? It's true, it's really symbolic.
Okay.
See, because I read the Garden of Eden story that there was...
I never look at the pomegranate.
This is really nice.
Good. Yeah. Back to the so apples, Edenolide.
Yeah.
It is a musk, a little bit appley.
Yeah.
I'll put some of that in. See.
It's all metaphors, though, isn't it?
Yes. For me, a pomegranate is a project because it's like I'll have a pomegranate and be sitting and be waiting for me, and I need an hour.
Do you eat it with a needle?
No. But I just take a knife to take the top bit off. Then I peel every single bit by hand, and then I remove every single pip by itself, one by one. Not a single one gets crushed, and I eat them separately.
Yeah.
So I need an hour to an hour and a half to approach a pomegranate. So for me, it's not really about intercourse.
No, no, but that is
It's dedication. That is, you have to do it
dedication.
With me, I'm very rarely a perfectionist in anything at all. But for pomegranates and also grapefruit, every single bit I scoop everything I did. My grapefruit eating technique is possibly unique.
What do you do with a grapefruit?
Well, I have to have exactly the right shape and feel spoon. So I cut it in half, and then if anybody attacks it with a knife, I reject. No, they can't attack it with a knife. I peel the half segments out.
Yeah.
And eat them one by one until there's just nothing left in there but the pith and whatever the skin's called that surrounds the segments.
We had a terrible accident there where it cut out when you were talking about the grapefruit, and I have a really sneaky feeling that we've missed out all of our pomegranate chat.
That's probably for the best.
No, not the earlier pomegranate chat is still very much in the video.
But the Bible's saying that they all have the 651 or whatever the same. Not all pomegranates have the same number of seeds. They don't.
They don't.
So what I was going to say was they don't.
No.
Because next time I'm going to eat one and count them.
I think.
And then I count the one after that, and because they don't, I just don't think people bother counting them. I think we've made the fragrance off of them.
Oh, amazing! This is great. I'm so
What have I made? 2, 3. Oh, they're thingy grams. Yeah, there's several grams of fragrance. Wave into a festival.
I'm going to pop that into the IFRA regulations.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing. Is it's written down? It's clear. I've got the dilutions of everyone. I've written down exactly how. You know, I'm not a perfectionist except when it comes to writing things down and putting them in columns and
eating pomegranates.
And eating pomegranates and grapefruit.
I know we did get the pomegranate chat because you talked about grapefruit after the pomegranates.
Yeah. I think quite a lot of it's in there. Yeah, enough. There's enough in there. Maybe all of us ought to have a couple of things that we're perfectionist.
Yeah.
Or not so much perfectionist as perfect in. Pick something that's not too difficult.
Wow.
Is it a bergamot fragrance, or
yes.
is it that the bergamot supports everything else?
I think it is.
Is it a fruity, spicy, creamy?
It is. That is exactly what it is. It is fruity, spicy, creamy bergamot fragrance. I'd go as far as to say that it's white fruit.
All the fruits we're using this are white. I think if I wrote a notes list, I would write white apple.
Yeah.
White raspberry. White spices. And white grapes. White wine. White vanilla.
White wine vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar. Never write that on the notes list.
No, I won't.
Notes of vinegar.
No.
This is nice though.
Ambers.
This is really, really, really good. You're happy with it. I can tell you're really happy with it.
Yes, but I was just at the back of my mind thinking, this is a really, really interesting section of video not. Yeah, I am. I'm sort of... yeah.
You sort of what?
Mildly surprised.
Great.
No, I think the more you do, the more you practice, the luckier you get. That's it, isn't it?
It's true. What clickbaity title should we call this?
Is pomegranate an aphrodisiac?
I can't believe... Yeah, that's it. Great. I can't believe I found out that pomegranates represent this.
I think the trouble is that we're too ironic, also flippant, to go clickbaity. Whatever we do, no, we just.
Pomegranates symbolise what? That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
As ever, like and subscribe.
Or not, whatever.
Follow and like and subscribe. Don't forget to check us out on the socials. It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah. No, don't do that. Do what you like. Do it. Life's too short. If there's plenty of this. There's hours of this. If you liked it, listen to some more while you're doing other things. You're trying to get some sleep at night. Listen to us ramble on. If not, it's not a problem. Follow somebody else.
But do join the Patreon.